Okay.
It's gonna be about a minute. Okay, hold on. Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning into another episode of Just Being the. I give God all the honor and the glory um, for finding me worthy to do this. I thank God for my covering, Apostle and Pastor Daryl and Tammy Johnson, my husband, Bishop Joseph Stanford, and for all of you. So, all of you know this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so I have asked my good friend and sister, we've known each other for quite a while now. Still have not met face to face, but that's gonna change. And I asked her, would she share her story with us? I've heard most of it, and y'all, I was just blown away. But her strength, um, her tenacity, her will, not to just survive, but to overcome. And you know it's even harder when you have children. And I really honor her. I respect her. I love her very much. So with that being said, I am going to bring on my sister and my friend, Miss Toni Hammond.
Hey,
Let me
everybody. It's a
hey,
pleasure.
hey, love. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. How you been?
I'm good. I really
Good.
am good. Staying busy,
Good. That's
enjoying
it.
my grandbabies, girl. Ah,
Oh,
it's a
girl, I
beautiful
seen the
thing.
pictures. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
you deserve it.
Thank
You truly
thank
deserve it.
you.
So listen,
I'm finally
go
coming
ahead.
around to knowing that I deserve it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a minute
It
because
takes a
we
minute.
get so used to certain things and we feel like that's how it's supposed to be
Yes.
until we finally wake up and realize, no, I
Yes.
deserve this. And it's not being
Yes.
arrogant,
No.
cocky, none of that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm such a humble person, and
Yes, you are.
I think my greatest compliments come from my children, who
Mhm.
are all in military, and they're like, "Mom, you're the real soldier, not
Yeah,
us.
you
You
are.
deserve everything that you are getting now."
And you ain't even seen all of it yet.
Oh,
It's so much more to
I
come.
love that. I love that.
It is. It's so much more to
Yeah,
come. Listen, I'm not gonna keep you because I know you a busy woman. You're a busy woman. But first of all, I
I
want
got
to give God
time though, so whatever you
thank
need,
you.
I've
Thank you.
got
I
time.
give God all the glory. I thank Him for this platform. And I pray that something is said that will touch not just one, because I got to get out of the habit of that. I don't want it to touch one life. I want it to touch
Yeah,
many lives.
yeah, yeah.
And so, you know that I asked you, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Hmm.
And you know about this. So I'm not even going to go all into detail because I'm about to turn the floor over to you. So you can tell the
Well,
people a little about yourself and then you know, go into
okay.
your story.
All right. Well, everybody, my name is Toni. As she said, we've been friends for a very long time.
Yes.
And she said we've not met in person, but I feel like we have.
Yes.
We have a connection. We always will.
Yes, we
If
will.
nothing else, just through sisterhood and through our
Mhm.
children.
Yes.
So I don't even know where to start. My
Oh,
story
wow.
goes down different
Yeah.
paths and
Mhm.
roads that were dead ends
Yeah.
that I thought I never could recover from. But here I am.
Yes, you are. To
So I'm
God
just going
be
to
the glory.
go back just a little bit.
Okay.
My first relationship
Mhm.
outside, let me back up a little bit further because
Okay.
my story is complicated. Well,
Yeah.
it's actually not. I
But it's
think
good.
a lot of people can relate to it, but
Uh-huh.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
So cut me off if I get winded because I
Okay.
want to make sure I don't miss anyone who's listening to this.
Okay.
'Cause somebody's going to take something from it. They'll be like,
Yes, they are.
oh my gosh, that was me.
Yes.
So I grew up out in the country in a little
Mm.
racist town. And, you always want to find um, a step of approval with your parents and your
Mhm.
grandparents. Just
Yes.
in general, just what we want to do that's what we want to do as children.
Mhm.
Anyway, it was a tough childhood for me. Me and my stepfather didn't get along, so my mom turned me over to the state of Georgia, and I started hopping back and forth through many children's homes, shelters, and just trying to survive and trying to understand what I did so wrong as a
Mm.
child.
Right.
I was a child.
Mhm. Yes.
But in that midst of it, you understand, you realize that you're missing something. You're missing that love. You're missing
Mhm.
that acceptance.
Mhm.
You're missing all that. So when you go through something like that, you will cling on to the first thing that says, "Hey, I got you,"
Yep.
or "Hey, oh, you're beautiful," or "Hey," I mean, whatever. We all
Yep.
know the lines.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey's father, he said everything right.
Uh-huh.
I knew I didn't like that joker, but he said everything right to
Yeah.
me.
They
He's
do.
so beautiful, and then I
Mhm.
was super athletic, and I know I looked pretty good and whatever.
Mhm.
But the only thing was he was black, which it
Ooh.
wasn't even an issue for me.
Right.
But I think subconsciously, Veronica,
Uh-huh.
I chose him because of my family,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
had rejected me being me.
Uh-huh.
So it really didn't matter anymore. But it was very abusive. It wasn't at first.
Uh-huh.
And I say very abusive because he was mild to compare what I went through with Jasmine's father.
Yeah.
But he was abusive. He would sling me around by the hair of my head.
Mhm.
He would punch me in my stomach when I was pregnant with Jeffrey. It was bad. He had kicked me out on the street when I was pregnant with Jeffrey.
Mhm.
And I thought that was the worst of the worst,
Oh, wow.
but it wasn't. I got
Mhm.
away from Rex. That's his name,
Mhm.
Rex.
Let me
Got
ask
away.
you this real quick before you go to
Yeah,
the next one. Did
yeah.
you see any red flags with Rex in the beginning?
Um, no. Only thing I
Okay.
seen was that he embraced me.
Mhm.
And more so than that, I'm gonna tell you what attracted me to Rex. And it wasn't him.
Mhm.
It wasn't
Mhm.
his looks. It damn sure wasn't his sex. Sorry, y'all. But it was his family.
Okay. Yeah.
They loved me.
Mhm.
They
Uh-huh.
didn't care what color I was. I was
Mhm.
carrying their first grandbaby, first great
Yeah.
grandbaby, first great grandbaby. And they
Wow.
simply just embraced me like I was
Yeah.
family. And they still do. I have a very close
Oh,
relationship with
wow.
all of them to
That's
this day.
amazing.
I mean, we're family.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
actually became my family because my family disowned me. Well, they already disowned me when they gave me
Right.
away to the state of Georgia.
Yes. Yes.
So it wasn't nothing new to me for them to say, "Oh, we're done with you. You're dealing with a black
Yeah.
man." Well, you already disowned me, so it
Yeah.
really didn't
Yeah.
matter. But I I found, well, I made my own family, if that makes sense. And
Mhm.
Rex's family was
Yes.
that for me. Now, he was a jerk. He was strung out on crack.
Mhm.
He was an alcoholic, just wouldn't do the right thing, wouldn't work. And I was working two jobs. And this was like, I was 18 or 19 years old, trying to go to college, trying to do the
Yeah.
right thing. Still remembering what was instilled in me when I was younger, being at home,
Right.
which was go to school,
Mhm.
graduate college, regardless of how they had treated me. My grandparents put in me very early, this is what we
Mhm.
expect. And I did that. But
Mhm.
that didn't last too long with me and Rex. Well, it did last. It lasted longer than it should have, because I thought, well, maybe if I just have another kid,
Yeah.
maybe that'll fix it. Maybe that'll put the band-aid
Uh-huh.
on it. And so then
Mhm.
comes Josh. And it didn't get any better. It just got progressively worse. And I just had to walk away.
Yeah.
And I sat down with his um, grandmother, which we call her Big Mama.
Uh-huh.
She's gone now. But
Yeah.
I sat down with her and I said, will you disown me if I walk away? And she
Mhm.
said, honey, we will disown him before we disown you.
That's right.
So we've always had that bond,
Yeah.
the entire family. Rex is still Rex. He's still out there smoking crack, doing his own thing. He's went through
Oh
three or
my
four
God.
marriages, and he's just, that's who he is as a person. I feel sorry for him now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because like I said, he was the mild version of what I went through with Jasmine's father.
Mhm.
It was horrible. I
Yeah.
mean, it was bad. We could have died. We all could have died.
Mhm.
And I knew that. And I did see the red flags with Lamont, but I felt like I could fix it. You
Mhm.
know, I seen good qualities in him. He was a hard worker. He was
Yeah.
really handsome, and I really did like him. I
Mhm.
actually fell in love with him. But as time went on, he wanted to keep me caged.
Mhm.
And he had a lot of resentment to the relationship that I had with Rex's family. And that was never going to change.
Yeah.
Not
Wait,
never.
wait, before we go to Lamont, from the time that you walked away from Rex
Hmm.
and met Lamont, were you scared to get into another relationship? Were you very cautious now having two children? How did Lamont even come into the picture after what you went through with Rex?
So Lamont and I were friends at work. I was going to Georgia State, and I was
Okay.
working at nighttime, and I had
Mhm.
Jeffrey and Josh. And when I had to work, either my best friend Angie would watch them, or the
Mhm.
family, Rex's family, would watch them, so I could
Uh-huh.
work and maintain. And so I met him at work, and we always had this kind of like uh, attraction to one another.
Mhm.
But I just never acted on it. And I can't even tell you when that changed. It just
Yeah.
changed.
Mhm.
And he just, I felt like he was the one for me at that
Mhm.
time. And that changed very quickly.
Yeah.
It changed very quickly. I got pregnant with Jasmine, not on purpose, just
Mhm.
being reckless and careless. We all can attest to
Yes.
that.
Amen.
And I thought, oh my God, here I go again. But at that time, he wasn't abusive. He
Mhm.
did get abusive um, during my pregnancy, just out of conflict with his own family,
Mhm.
who just really despised, and probably still does, white people. So
Wow.
that became an issue.
Uh-huh.
And I think because of um, their outspokenness, that he
Mhm.
kind of became resentful to me. And I think he thought that I was trying to trap him, which I was not. I was
Right.
not. Um, but I knew I wasn't going to have an abortion. I was going to keep her. If,
Yes.
if I can take care of two, I can take care of three. That wasn't even an issue for me. I know how to
Yeah.
work, and that's just who I am. But it turned violent very quickly. It was
Mhm.
it was bad. The first time that he ever hit me, I was standing at the bus stop, going to work, as a matter of fact. I think I
Wow.
was maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 months pregnant, maybe.
Mhm.
I was big. And me being spiteful. So he had been getting, back then we had those pagers, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Them beepers.
His pager going beep 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 beep
Yeah.
beep. I'm like, who whatever.
Yeah.
I took the pager and was at the bus stop standing like I'm somebody big. He comes from nowhere and grabs me by the neck. And there was like a little trail from the apartments to the bus stop. He
Uh-huh.
literally drugged me from the bus stop all the way through the trail, through the woods, back to the apartment. And that was the first time that he ever hit me. I said something to him. I don't know what I said. I probably said something very vulgar. I can't say on your podcast. I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure I did. Me and my mouth. I probably did. But he busted me. I mean, he really hit me like a man. My face,
Oh God.
my nose, all this. It was just messed up. So Jeffrey and Josh were at the apartment. I
Uh-huh.
had a roommate at the time named Teresa,
Mhm.
and I walked in and I couldn't see. My face was just covered in blood. And Jeffrey and Josh started screaming. And Teresa um, called the police. So of course he
Mhm.
was gone by then. But after that, it just escalated. We were together on and off. It was almost
Uh-huh.
like it was an addiction.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Uh-huh.
And it was also a thing for me that I'm not going to let this relationship fail. I've already let
Right.
one fail.
Yes.
I'm gonna love him through it,
Mhm.
and we're gonna
Mhm.
be okay. That did not happen. I mean, it just
Uh-huh.
progressively got worse. And the night that changed my entire world,
Mhm.
and this is a little graphic, so I don't, y'all need to understand that I have to
Go
say
ahead.
this for
No, go
when
ahead.
you understand it. So he and I had split up. I had finally was just done with it. It was just too much. I mean, he would beat me so bad I couldn't even recognize my face in the mirror. And whew, I remember
Jesus.
Jeffrey and Josh, especially Jeffrey. He's the
If you
oldest.
need I want you to take a minute. I want you to just take a minute.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But I remember Jeff.
Mhm.
He would just hug me and he would pat my face, and he just tried to be older than he was.
Uh-huh.
And keep in mind, they were kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were 7, 8. Josh was 6. Jazzy was little.
Yeah.
And he just tried to shoulder my pain.
Khalil.
Yes,
Khalil.
yes. And
Wow.
this particular night, I
Mhm.
had moved. He had been locked up because he had really beaten me so bad. I could bet. Well, let me no. Let me back up. That's not true. He did beat me, but let me tell you
Uh-huh.
what happened. He had been gone.
Mhm.
And I had already moved. I had got my own apartment. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
tired of this joker. I'm tired of it. If he comes back acting crazy, I can put him out because this is my apartment."
Right.
So he did, in fact, come back. Saying the same old
Yeah.
craziness. Oh, I'm so sorry. Blah blah blah. Whatever, whatever. So I let him in the house, in the apartment, and
Mhm.
the boys were asleep, and Jazzy was a baby. She was little,
Mhm.
and I had went upstairs to go to bed because I had to go to work the next morning and go to school to go to,
Yeah.
I had classes at Georgia State. And in the midst of it, he had went a couple of doors down to a neighbor's house
Uh-huh.
that was like a known crack house,
Oh
and
my
just
word.
smoked his back out. And
Wow.
came back in, I guess around 1 or 2 o'clock. I don't remember what time, but it was in the middle
Uh-huh.
of the night. And started rubbing and all this stuff. I was like, "Hey, Lamont, I got to go to work in the morning." I just put
Yeah.
Jasmine down. I was breastfeeding her. I was
Uh-huh.
exhausted. And he literally forced himself on me. He raped me. That's what he did. And when I started screaming,
Yeah.
yelling, and telling him, "This is rape, this is rape," he
Yeah.
slapped me across my face. And the police took pictures of that. His huge handprint was right across my face. And I wasn't able to call the police, but my neighbor on the other
Mhm.
side of the wall heard it. She's the one that saved my life that night. She called the police, and the police came. And as soon as I was able to open the door, I pretty much fell down. It was a townhouse. I pretty much fell down the
Uh-huh.
stairs. Opened the door, and they seen me, and they locked him up. From that
Mhm.
point, he went to jail, and I filed a restraining order against him.
Mhm.
He was never served with that because they couldn't find him, and which really a piece of paper didn't matter to him.
Oh.
So from that point on, I moved again.
Mhm.
It was actually Rex's mother who helped me with a deposit to move to another apartment to get away from him.
Wow.
Yeah, because that next day she had came and got the boys, and when
Mhm.
I opened the door, she cried. She seen my face. She says, "Tony, you do not deserve this."
Uh,
She took the kids. I went ahead and went to school. I went to my classes downtown,
yeah.
even went to work because I knew I had to. I had
Yeah.
to for the kids,
That's
as
right.
bad as I looked. So they never were able to get him served with a restraining order, but it was out there. They
Mhm.
went to his aunt's house. She didn't live too far away, but she hated me so bad. Her name was Betty, and she probably still
Mhm.
does hate me. I don't care. But he's not
She
here, and blah, blah. Anyway, he wasn't served. So I had
right.
moved, and their daycare had not changed. They stayed the same. Um,
Mhm.
and he sat outside with a friend in a car and watched me pick up my kids and
Yeah.
follow me to my new apartment. Didn't
Oh,
even know it.
wow.
That night, oh, that night, I don't know what time it was. It was kind of late. It was late. The kids were already in bed,
Mhm.
and there was a knock at the door. And I actually thought it was Benny from upstairs. He and his wife we always shared food and stuff together, one another.
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was. I didn't think about answering the door because I didn't think he knew where I was at.
Yeah.
And then I also knew, oh, well, this restraining order's out. So if he knows better not to come for me.
Right.
So I opened the door, and that was it. Um, it was a traumatic night. The kids were still asleep, thank God.
Mhm.
They were all still. They never woke up. I don't think so. If they did, they've never said it to me.
Mhm.
Um, but he took a butcher knife and had me sit on the sofa with him and continually give him
Yeah.
oral sex,
Mhm.
while he sat and smoked crack on my sofa.
Jesus.
So I heard Jasmine. She was like a year old at that time. Keep in mind, that's his daughter. Um, I heard her kind of rattling and moving around in the back
Mhm.
bedroom. I said, I need to go check on Jasmine. And he
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
"You stay here. I'll go check on Jasmine. And if you move, we all gonna die." That's what he said. I'll never forget that shit. I will never forget that.
Oh,
But when he went to
man.
the back, I knew that was
Mhm.
my opportunity. My thought was, we're all gonna die anyway.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let me run. And I ran out the front door and around the corner, and across the street there was a This Is It barbecue.
Uh-huh.
And it was they were already closed, so it had to be late, probably midnight. I had on a long t-shirt,
Mhm.
and my neck was messed up where he had choked me. I was just a mess. And I banged on the door, and the manager looked like, "Oh my God, who is this homeless person?" Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's how I looked. But something in him, and he said later in court, something made me open that door. And when he
Mhm.
opened the door, I fell through. And I said, "He's going to kill my kids." And he pulled me in, and he called the police. The police came, but of course he was gone.
Yeah.
But he's so stupid. He didn't leave. He parked his car down on the other side of the apartment community, Veronica,
Oh my Lord.
and had fallen asleep out of his
Oh,
crack stupor, and the police got him. So, because I don't think the police knew how bad it was
yeah.
until they had actually seen the history. I told them, I said,
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
string around them. I was just,
yeah.
my kids, my kids, my kids, my kids. So, you know, but they found him asleep in the apartment complex in his car, and they arrested him.
Oh, my Lord.
He went back to jail. And when we went to court, Gregory Adams, he still sits on the bench at
Mhm.
Cab County. I send him cards twice a year. Twice
Oh,
a year. I send him a card on Father's Day, and I
uh-huh.
send him a card at Christmas thanking him. He will never forget me because I send him pictures every year. But he
Oh,
saved me. He banned him from the state of Georgia. He can never come back in the state of Georgia.
wow.
He also was convicted of kidnapping, child endangerment,
Uh-huh.
aggravated assault, rape. The list went on and on and on and on and on.
Jesus.
So that was a pivotal moment for me because I
Mhm.
knew I can't live like this no more.
Right.
And I haven't. But I also haven't lived joyful either because I'm so
Mhm.
cautious of people. I don't
Yeah,
trust them.
yeah.
I don't trust them. And a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, I've had other relationships that I subconsciously sabotage, Veronica,
Uh-huh.
because I don't trust them.
Right.
I feel like everybody's got an ulterior motive.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I just kind of stay in my little cocoon, take care of my grandbabies. I
Yeah.
travel a lot now, and I take care of my mental health.
Yes.
That's most
Yes.
important for me because my life very well could have ended that night. And I know
Mhm.
that. I know that for a
Yes.
fact. And I feel like that if Jasmine had not moved around a little bit,
Mhm.
um, I feel like we all would have died that night. I honestly feel that.
Oh my
I
God.
just felt a darkness. I couldn't
Yeah.
see anything. I couldn't see tomorrow.
Yeah.
I couldn't even visualize my kids in my head anymore at that moment. All I
Oh
seen was
my God,
darkness.
Tony.
But
Wow.
it's so after that I went
Mhm.
through once he was banned from the state of Georgia, I
Mhm.
finally realized I need to get my together.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had his parental rights terminated, and I changed her name. He has never found her. Never. Not never. And as far as I know, he's not in Georgia, but if he is, he's never looked for me. Um
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah, I mean, it was traumatic. I went through all that, and then I moved again a
Mhm.
week after that, and my life changed. My life changed. I got back on course.
Mhm.
I finished college.
Mhm.
Continued to work. Um, but over the years, especially now, Jeffrey is 38 years old, and we have the most precious conversations. And he
Oh.
often tells me, he says, "Mama," I wanted to help so bad, and I know he did.
Yeah.
He said, "I will never forget seeing you beat up, or seeing you crying,
Yeah.
or Lamont locking the door." He said, "Mama, I'll never forget that."
Jesus.
So the long lasting effects
Mhm.
is that my son and Josh a little bit different. Josh is
Uh,
special forces. He's like, let's go get him.
yeah. Let's
Let's go get him.
ride.
We don't care. Jeffrey's a little bit different. He's a little bit more compassionate. So he still carries that load. And I told Jeffrey, it's kind of like I told you, it's ironic that you had called me about this because we went to Costco about a month ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, for my birthday, as a matter of fact. Jeff's like, "What you want?" I said, "I want to go to Costco." I'm very
Uh.
simple. And we had that conversation. And again, we always have that conversation because
Wow.
I told Jeffrey, I said, "It's okay. You
Mhm.
let go. It's
That's
okay.
right.
I'm okay.
That's
You're
right.
okay. Josh okay. Look at the grandkids. Look what a life we live now. He's probably dead for all I know. I don't care. I know it sounds horrible,
Oh. No.
but
No.
no telling where he's at. Don't really care, But
Wow.
once I realized, once I realized that nothing else mattered.
Mhm.
First of all, me, because I can't take care of my kids if I don't take care of me.
That's right. That's
And I
right.
was putting myself in a situation where I could have just been another statistic.
Ye
I could have just been somebody's obituary in the Atlanta
yes.
Journal.
Yes.
So That's that scared me, and I still, I still carry scars. I mean,
Mhm.
carry physical scars. I still
Yes.
carry mental scars, emotional
Mhm.
scars. I can see somebody, I travel downtown a lot. I'll hop on the train and I'll
Mhm.
see young kids, couples fighting, and,
Yeah.
it just, it makes my heart race, you
Uh-huh.
know, because you don't
Yes.
know. You
That's
you really
right.
don't. And
Uh-huh.
I think that's how it began for me, you know. But I mean, yeah, it's just
Oh.
I can't tell you, Veronica. I mean, if somebody tells you, "Oh, I got over it, I moved on," they're lying, because
Mhm.
there's going to be something in you that's going to trigger you. Even a
Yes.
song can trigger me.
Yeah. A
A song,
sound.
a sound,
Yeah.
a smell, anything
Oh
can trigger
gosh.
you back to that very moment, to
Yeah.
that moment when you felt so helpless.
Yes.
You
Yes.
felt and ashamed. That's what we don't talk about, is the
That's right.
shame.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, how dare she?
Oh
What is
God.
wrong with her? She's putting her kids in danger.
Uh-huh.
The list goes on and on and on and on and
Yeah.
on. Domestic violence has no parameters. It
No.
will eat you
No.
alive. It will
That's right.
eat you until there's nothing left of you. And a lot of women, I volunteer at a couple of domestic violence shelters, and that's what I see. They hang there, and I remember, I can go back and look at pictures of me. My shoulders are just hunched over, my head
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
down, and I just got a hollow look in my eye because I was beaten.
Mhm.
But you're so ashamed to tell anybody because everybody thinks you're this amazing person,
Right.
but not knowing
Yes.
what's going on behind closed doors.
Have
You
no
try to hide it.
idea.
No idea. No
Oh
idea.
God.
So every day is still a struggle for me. It's
Mhm.
not as bad as it was. I think me being able to stand up and really
Mhm.
fight for my kids, which I didn't know that was in me to do everything that I
Yeah.
did, to really get that guy out of my life. I knew he was going to
Mhm.
kill us. Rex got a lot of bad qualities, but he knows I'll beat the hell out of him. So he's a little bit smaller than I am, so he already knows, and he also knows he's got
I
Jeffrey and Josh
love it.
that'll get him. But yeah, that was I can't describe it. It's just it's just I don't talk about it much anymore unless someone
Uh-huh.
asks me to speak.
Yes.
Um, when I was at the one of my domestic violence shelters that I volunteer at and raise funds for,
Mhm.
one girl, oh man, she might have been 21. She had a little
Mhm.
baby and she was pregnant, and she had just came from the hospital and she still had complete hand marks around her neck. And
Jesus.
somebody asked her, "What are you going to do when you leave tonight?"
Mhm.
And she couldn't answer it. So I don't know if she was going back to her
Yeah.
abuser, but I did tell her, I said, "Hey, listen, no judgment here, but
Mhm.
you got to think about what you're holding, which is your baby,
That's right.
and what you're carrying is your baby. And you got to
Mhm.
think about yourself." I said, "I know you don't want to stay in this shelter. It's uncomfortable. You got
Mhm.
a cot. You're not around your comfortable things. However, it's probably going to save your life."
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
she didn't say too much to me about what she's going to do, but I do hope she's safe. I did call the shelter a couple of days ago and they said they not heard from her. So I hope she's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so I carry that too. I want to save everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to scream to the mountaintop. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh,
'Cause you know the feeling. You
listen.
you know what it's like. It's
Yes, yes. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I knew when Jasmine got to a certain age that she was going to question, because on her birth certificate,
Mhm.
her last name is different
Okay.
because he signed the birth certificate. You can't change the name on the birth certificate.
Right.
So when I went through the legal name change,
Mhm.
I knew she'd have some questions, especially when she joined the military because they want to see your birth certificate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I kept a file. I still have it. and I made copies of every police report, of the name change,
Yeah.
um, of the banning, of being banished from the state. I kept all that
Uh-huh.
in an envelope for her because I knew she was going to ask one day. And I started kind of easing into that when she was like
Mhm.
in the ninth or 10th grade, eighth grade,
Yeah.
um, just to give her a heads up because she knew she always asked me about her father, and Jeff was like, Jeff got to go on.
Yeah.
But so I finally had the courage, and I'm saying courage because
Mhm.
that's what it took. Because I didn't want her to think bad about me, or I didn't
Right.
want her to think that, oh, she kept me from my father, or
Mhm.
she didn't allow me to choose. Which no, I did not. You were one
Right.
year old. I did not.
Right.
But everything I did from that night,
Mhm.
I did for her and Jeffrey and Josh.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so when I handed her that envelope, she was a senior in high school, and she was contemplating on going to the military,
Yeah.
but she wanted to get a couple of years of college underneath her first.
Right.
And but she still needed a birth certificate.
Mhm.
I was able to change her social security card with
Okay.
her new name on it, but I couldn't change a birth certificate. So
Okay.
I handed it to her, and I said, I'm giving you this in love and hope that you
Mhm.
understand it and know that
Yeah.
everything I've done for you,
Mhm.
done, has been for you and your brothers.
Yeah.
And she went to her bedroom and she closed the door. And the police reports are really graphic. They're bad. I've kept every
Mm.
picture, everything, because I knew I would need it one day
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she didn't come out the rest of the night. I remember I went to bed, and I heard her opening the door, probably going to the kitchen, get something to drink or whatever.
Mhm.
Didn't say nothing to me. She got up the next morning, and I said, "You want me to take you to school?" She said, "No, I'll take the bus." And that kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, "Oh." But anyway, that night when I got off work and she got home from school,
Mhm.
she says, "Mommy, I'm so sorry." But let
Oh.
me tell you what she said. She projected that to herself. She said, "Mommy, I'm so sorry that you had to go through this because of me." I said, "No, it's because I loved you, is why I
Mhm.
went through this. And I
Mhm.
wanted you to fully understand that I wasn't being selfish
Yeah.
and I wasn't trying to keep your father from you.
Mhm.
But he's just not a good person."
Right.
And I knew I just couldn't physically, say that to you, because a lot
Yes.
of them are
Y
like, "Oh, he ain't no good for you." Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. There's a lot of that going on too.
Right.
But
Right.
he was a bad person.
Mhm.
So I needed her to see it in black and white, and I needed her to see the police reports and the
Mhm.
pictures. I needed her to see it all. And she did. And she hugged me and she cried. She said, "Thank you."
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So,
My God.
yeah, I mean, it's just,
Wow.
I
I
know. I
I
know.
honor you. I honor you, and I hold you in very high regards. Um, Let me ask you this. Did you
Mhm.
get any type of therapy,
I
support
did not
groups?
at first.
Okay.
I didn't because I was too busy. I was too
Uh-huh.
busy trying to survive.
Right. Right.
I was too busy trying to work, trying to, um, keep a roof over our heads, keep food
Uh-huh.
in the house. Um, I projected all that in a different way for myself, which
Mhm.
was to take care of my kids. We started doing baseball, football. I
Yeah. Yeah.
enrolled Jasmine into all these things. I focused on them
Mhm.
to not worry about me
Yeah.
because I knew if they were going to be okay, eventually I would be okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
And no, I didn't get any kind of therapy or counseling for years.
Wow.
Jasmine was already in her first year in the army when I finally decided to get some therapy.
Wow. Okay.
And ironically, it wasn't because of domestic violence. It's because
Mhm.
I felt like I was going through some kind of depression,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
um, my hormones were jacked up. I couldn't
Yes.
sleep. I was irritable. I was angry. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going crazy." That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But that's why I initially went to the doctor. Was like, hey, can you give me some hormones or something because I can't even talk to anybody right now. I
Yeah.
snap for no reason. And from that point, yeah, I started doing counseling, and just kind of like opened up. It was like opening a trash can and dumping it in the middle of the floor. That's how nasty it
Wow.
was.
Yeah.
It was
It gets like
nasty.
that. It gets
It
like
was
that.
nasty. It was nasty, and I had to go back and, take responsibility too,
Mhm.
which was
Mhm.
hard, even though I'm a domestic violence victim,
Mhm.
I also felt like I played a part in it, by choosing bad people
Mhm.
just out of desperation to be loved, to
Yes.
be loved and to want a family.
Mhm.
We all dream of that family,
Yes, we do.
white picket fence and,
Uh-huh.
walking off in the sunset. We all picture that.
Yes, we do.
So I had to have some responsibility in that too, because
Mhm.
I felt like that, I'll take this little bit of bad for this little bit
Uh-huh.
of good.
Yes.
But it was bad versus bad.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah, it
Yes.
was a lot. I'm still in counseling now. Um, yeah, I have to be because if I don't,
Mhm.
I think I'll lose my sense of being sane.
Uh-huh.
I'm able to talk out a lot of stuff,
That's
and
right.
I
That's
can
right.
remember stuff. It's crazy how your mind will make sure that you are
Mhm.
protected from
Yes.
bad things.
Ye
And there's a lot of things that I didn't remember that happened, but once I started talking about it, I was like, oh my God, tell you
Wow.
what happened.
Yeah.
And then this happened, and oh my God, and then that happened.
Mhm.
You forget about it because I think that's just the way God has created us,
Yes,
to just protect us until we're ready to deal with it.
it is. I
And
believe it.
I believe that with all my heart. I truly do,
Mhm.
because there's no way I could have remembered all that and still function and raise kids. So I'm glad that my mind had blocked out a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
But I'm also thankful that now I can go back and, oh my goodness, and remember those things because
Yes,
that's important.
it
It's
is.
important for healing,
It is.
you know? And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm so thankful. If nothing else comes
Mhm.
good out of this, my kids are in beautiful marriages.
Awesome.
They're in beautiful marriages. They all adore each other's spouses.
Yeah.
They have, uh, they did it right.
Yeah.
They did it right.
But they did it right because of you.
Yeah, and I think they did it right because, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey tells me that a lot, and so does Josh.
Because of you.
They're so kind. They're so kind to their spouses, to their kids.
Mhm.
They live good lives. And what
And
can
your
you ask for?
sacrifice was not in vain. And
Oh
you
yeah, I
fought
know.
for this. When you see them with
Mhm.
their families, that's what you fought for that night.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Life.
yeah. Girl, I can't ride by a "This Is It" barbecue joint,
Wow.
or even see a billboard or a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stop it. Because they really, that manager saved my life that night. Because he was right behind
Oh
me.
my
He was coming. He was coming
oh
behind
my
me.
God.
He was coming for me. So yeah, it was.
Jesus.
I'm gonna tell you something else. It's kind of weird. That night I had
Mhm.
on an oversized long t-shirt gown.
Mhm.
It was an
Mhm.
Atlanta Braves t-shirt. It was all bleached up. It was like a house dress.
Yeah.
What those
Yeah.
are. That's what I had on that night. I still have that in my locker.
Are you
I have
serious?
it in a foot locker. Just I don't know why I can't let go of it.
Mhm.
Maybe I will one day, but I
Mhm.
still have that in a Ziploc bag as a reminder. As
Yes.
a reminder, just as a reminder.
I think that's a reminder of what I overcame,
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Yeah.
if you keep it till the day you die. And
I
then
never put it on.
Jasmine take it
Yeah.
of
You
what
know,
you can overcome.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's ironic that I've kept that for all the I never told nobody that. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm special. So, sis, listen, we got about a few more minutes.
Okay.
3 things, 3 short things that you would tell, a young woman, middle-aged woman, old woman, don't even matter, even a man, because men go through domestic
Yes, they
violence.
do.
I really wanna find some that's willing to talk
Yeah.
about it, but Imma
And that's
tread
tough for
lightly on
men.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
because they need a safe space. But
Yeah, yeah.
give me 3 things that you know now that you didn't know then that you would tell someone right now. 3 things. First thing.
First thing.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Matter of fact, let me change that. What would you tell Toni if you met Toni today and you met that Toni? What would
Trust
you
my
tell her?
instinct.
Okay.
Trust my instincts.
Mhm. Okay.
Love myself.
Uh-huh.
Don't let anyone define who I am because so many people did. I allowed so many, and
Uh-huh.
especially my family, I
That.
allowed them to define who I was not,
Yes.
but in which I became and then had to overcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the most important thing. People get in your head and you believe it.
Uh-huh.
You believe it.
And because of
You're-
where they are in your life. And we got
Yeah.
this thing with, well, I don't anymore, but with
You hold them
family,
in
people.
reverence
Yes.
and you
Yes.
think they can tell you no wrong. And
Girl, bye.
sometimes our parents ain't the best parents, honey. I mean,
Right. And family
everybody
in
says,
general,
"Oh,
just family in
yeah, just
general.
family in general." A lot of folks I hear a lot of people say, your parents, you chose your parents. No, not
Mhm.
always. No, that ain't always true.
We did
That's
not
not always
choose,
true.
listen, we didn't choose our blood family. Now we was
That's
born
right.
into that, but
Yeah,
as we get older, we
yeah.
choose our family.
That's right,
We
and
do
that's what I've done. I've
that.
chosen my family,
That's
and I
your
know I
tribe.
have a
They call it
safe
tribe
place.
now. We get to
I got
choose
a
our
whole
tribe.
tribe, honey.
That's
I
it.
got a whole continent.
Yes. Baby, you
Um,
better know it. You
yeah,
better know it.
yeah.
Oh, I
But
like that.
also, but also, I would want everyone to know. I mean, all, young girls, regardless,
Yes.
and men, you are worthy.
Yes.
You are worthy.
Yes.
You don't have to take any
No,
kind of abuse, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, and there's all kinds of abuse.
it is.
So,
It is.
our physical scars heal, but what we carry in here, that matters.
That's
That
good right there.
matters
That's right.
because what's going to happen, you're going to project it onto the next person and to the next person.
Uh-huh.
And like I told you, you're going to self destruct. You
Yes.
self destruct yourself.
Yes.
So love yourself, believe in yourself, know that
Uh-huh.
you are worthy.
Yes.
Who cares what Aunt
Yes.
Ethel says down the
That's right.
street? Nobody cares about
No.
her.
No.
Know your worth.
That's
Speak
right.
life into yourself. Every morning, I wake up with affirmations for myself.
Mhm.
Every morning.
That's good. That's good.
I have
That
one on
is
my
good.
front door if I walk out. It says, "You got this."
I like
Every
that.
single morning. That's the last thing I see before I go to work.
Yeah, I
Now, I
like
may get
that.
to work, people act a fool on me, and I'm look, but
You so stupid.
I still got it though. It ain't always my
It's all
perfect, baby.
good. Look, it's all good. Listen, I'm proud of you, and I'm so glad
Thank
that
you.
we
Thank
came
you.
across each other, and
Yes.
I want to share this with everyone. One of our best moments was
Not the organic smoothie.
girl, baby. I won't play it. Listen, and I
Okay.
call it organic. Boy, if you don't stop messing with my organic, girl, he was just wasting. Just what that's organic. Girl,
That was the
I was
funniest.
hot with his silly self.
Woo!
And girl,
That
he
was the
thought that was the
funniest
most
ever.
funniest thing. Girl, look. No, you ain't messing with my organic stuff now. Oh my God. Girl, that thing tickled me.
Well,
Oh
I
my
love
God. But
you.
I
I
want to
love
thank
you.
you for being
I'm
one of
so
those there for
privileged
me.
that you
No,
contacted me. I am
it's a
thankful.
privilege and an honor. And thank you for being there for me, when Khalil passed. Thank
Never forget,
you.
never forget
Thank
it. And look at you surviving. Look at you. Look at you
Girl,
growing and
do you see my
look at you
baby?
being all that. I know. I see it. I see
Girl, it's
it.
all God.
Oh my God.
It's sis, it's all God. It's all God.
Yeah. It's it's
And I think
hard. It's a hard road. It's a
it
hard
is.
journey.
It is.
But look
But
at you.
we're built for this. We
I,
were, and
I
we
think
would
we
have never
are.
known it. We would never
Never would have
known it
known it.
had we not gone through that.
Hmm.
Girl, don't start me. Listen, don't start. Because we'll be up here another hour. But my baby, listen, I thank you. And I've gotten to a place now that I don't call people domestic violence victims
Yeah.
because it's stages. Because
Yeah.
you can be a victim,
Hmm.
then a survivor,
Yep.
but the outcome has to be overcome.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I
It has
don't
to.
like domestic violence survivor because
Hmm.
after you survive, then what? Because you got to
Then
do
what?
something else.
You got to do something
So
with it.
it's an overcomer.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you for being an overcomer because now you see your
Mhm.
fruits
I
in
do,
your
yeah, I
grandchildren.
do. And Chick-fil-A gives me a platform to kind of do what I want to do. I
Good.
do a lot of fundraisers for them,
Awesome.
especially around Christmas time. I just go crazy. They're just, and
Yeah.
they don't say it no more. They're just like, just give it to her. Just,
Because they know
you
you're
know,
going to get the job done. But
yeah,
baby,
I do.
listen,
I do food
y'all kale
raisers.
salad.
They don't care, honey. They're like, we're not saying that to Tony. We're not saying that to
Please.
her. They're like,
Yes.
but she ain't wearing a uniform. Don't leave Tony alone.
Please let her do
Leave
what
her
she
alone.
do.
Yeah. So at Christmas time, mainly in November, I raise well, Christmas time I do a huge um food drive for our
Awesome.
community that
Awesome.
feeds so many people.
Awesome.
And I just get so excited. Listen, I will
Mhm.
harass Jim Bob down at the gas station for a can of baked beans. That's just who I am. They know who I am. They know who
I
I am
love
around
that.
here.
I love that.
November, I do a big clothing drive for the domestic violence shelter. You know, I,
Awesome.
a lot of people will ask me, where is it going to? I said, let's go into some very special people because I would
Mhm.
never, never,
Yes.
ever give a name.
That's right.
They're anonymous as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
right. That's right.
So, but it's always, this from October to December is my time to shine at Chick-fil-A, and I do it.
But baby, you shine
Oh,
365,
thank
sometimes
you. I
66
appreciate it. I
days a year.
appreciate
And
it.
listen, baby, that kale salad at Chick-fil-A,
It's good, right? Do you get some grilled chicken on it?
girl, you stay out
What?
of my
It
business.
get a little
Yeah.
bit of honey mustard.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
Girl,
It's
I
just good stuff,
love
honey. I'm
it.
telling you.
I
People
love it.
don't believe me. They're like,
G-
I ain't eating that stuff. You don't listen. It's
baby.
it's it's good.
It is.
It's
And
good.
then now the grocery stores are selling that dressing,
Yeah.
the vinegar, whatever it
Yeah.
it's so it's so good. But baby, listen, I got to get out of here. But I honor you. I thank you. And I need you to inbox me or text me your address.
Okay.
It's something I need to send you, and I definitely need
Okay.
us to get together. I
Okay.
honor everything that you do, and I pray nothing but prosperity. I pray abundance. I pray that your territory is enlarged and it go past doing stuff for Chick-fil-A, but other companies will get wind of what you're
Yeah.
doing and allow you to do that for them.
Yeah.
I
Thank
love
you.
you.
Thank you. I love you.
I love
And you know
you.
what? Go ahead and post that video. Post that video because I can see it. Tag me on it. Go. That was woo. That took me out that day.
Baby, that thing was serious. That
That was
thing
so
was
funny.
serious.
I'm
But
sure
I
it's
love
somewhere in
you.
my memories. That was so
Yes.
funny.
Matter of fact, you just tagged me in. I think it was August, around his birthday. You
Mm-hmm.
tagged me in. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to
When
go back and redo it. Yes, I'm gonna
there
have
you
to
go.
go back and pull it up.
Woo, that was funny. That was
I
something
thank you.
serious. He was
Yeah, it
hilarious. He was
was.
a funny
Oh,
kid. Woo,
silly, silly. And
he
I
bring
girl, I
tears
miss
down my
him.
eyes.
Yeah, I miss him. But had he not, I couldn't be doing this.
I
And
know.
so
I
that
know.
makes it okay. Every day that I get up every
Hmm.
Friday, every weekend that I'm used to him coming home, I got to realize had he not, I
Yeah.
couldn't be doing this. And I
Yeah,
love
let me
doing
tell you, every time I drive up to get to get the grandkids or see Ethan.
Mhm.
Well, Ethan lives with Jeffrey now. Jeffrey got custody of him.
Awesome.
Yeah. But anyway,
Um,
but every time I drove that route,
yeah.
it just
Yeah. Yeah. And girl, everybody says that when they get to that certain spot.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 Every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time. It's
Yeah.
something. They can't explain it, but it's
Can't explain it.
something. Yeah.
It's not a bad feeling. It's a
No.
peaceful feeling, but
That.
it's very peaceful,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
But and I always tell him, "What's up, Khalil?"
Yeah.
We
And
keep
even with the
riding.
paramedics,
Yeah.
just peaceful. Just the
Yeah. It was
it was
peaceful.
it
It's
was
always
peaceful.
peaceful when I drive through there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're
Thank
doing
you.
amazing things. I'm so proud of you.
I thank God.
I
I
can't
thank
say
God
enough how
for it.
proud I am of you.
And I'm proud of you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into another episode of Just Being V with my girlfriend, Toni Hammond, which is a domestic violence overcomer.
Thank
And
you.
I thank
Thank
you for sharing your story. I do. And I pray
you.
that more platforms are open up for you to share your story because
Yes.
they need it. People,
Yeah.
people,
It's
people need
needed.
it.
Hmm.
It is. It
Yeah.
it is needed. And I thank you, sweetheart. And please give the beautiful children, grandchildren, my love.
I will. I
And
will.
thank you again.
I
And
love you
you
so
have a
much.
blessed night. I love you, baby.
We'll talk
Take
soon.
care.
Call on
All
me
right.
anytime.
I will. Love
All right.
you.
I love you
Bye bye.
more. Yeah, bye.
All right, y'all. You tuned into another episode of Just Being V. And as we know, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And this is something I'm passionate about. There are so many things that happen throughout the year that I am passionate about. Um, Alopecia Awareness Month. Even people that I know dealt with breast cancer. It's just so many things. It's so many things that I'm just big on. I refuse to allow it to be just downplayed to 1 month. It's something that should be an ongoing thing. Um, and so I'm not just going to stop with alopecia. I'm not going to stop with domestic violence. I'm not going to stop with all these different things because it's things that people need to realize is still happening. It's still going on. People need help. People need to be rescued. People need to be saved, especially with everything that's going on in the world now. But I do want to reassure some people when you hear about wars and rumors of wars and things in the economy and things that's going on in the country and other countries, listen, fear not. This is a time that we have to cling on to God. Listen, I'm not one of those that's scared to be censored. Um, I believe in the one true living God, and that's Jesus Christ, that's Yahshua, whatever you want to call him, Elohim, Emmanuel, Jehovah, whatever you want to call him. That's who I believe in. That's who I serve. Not the universe. I'm not hugging no trees. I'm gonna be thankful for them because they give me shade. Um, I'm not downplaying what nobody else do. Understand that. But I am giving honor to the creator. Not the creation, but the creator. I don't know why he had me going there. The creator. Because when all this stuff passed away, God, his word is going to be the only thing that's still going to stand. So that's who I honor. That's who I serve. That's who I depend on. That's who I cling to. That's who I go to. That's who I have peace in. So for anyone that's still dealing um, with domestic violence, that's going through, and you happen to come across my page or you come across my YouTube page, Apostle Veronica Denise Stanford. And I pray that all of you subscribe and go and follow and all of that. Y'all share this video because believe it or not, there's some people on your page that's going through stuff and they need to hear these testimonials. They need to hear, they need to see these videos. They need to see them. So, y'all, please share this. I'm not chasing followers. I'm not chasing fans. I'm not doing any of that. I want people to be healed, delivered, set free, restored, and made whole. That is my goal. That's my purpose. That's all I'm doing. I ain't trying to keep up with nobody. I ain't trying to copy nobody. I'm not trying to imitate nobody. I just want God to be pleased at the end of the day. That's it. I ain't trying to do what nobody else is doing. I ain't trying to create that, this, none of that. I just want God to be pleased. Like I said, I don't know why the Holy Spirit had me going there. But listen, I love you all. Thank you again for supporting me, encouraging me, motivating me, because y'all really do. Y'all have not a clue. Um, and I thank you. I thank you. And I hope that I do the same for you. So again, tomorrow evening, at 7 o'clock, I will be talking to another domestic violence overcomer. Y'all, these things are serious. It's serious. But I'm honored that people trust me, that they're willing to share their stories with me because they know that I'm gonna give them a safe space. Um, and that's all I want to do. So, with that being said, I love you all. I thank God. I bless God. I thank God for you all. I thank God for my husband that allows me to do this. I thank God for my covering that encourages me and pushes me and stretches me to do this. So, with that being said, I thank God for each and every one of you. I pray that you have a blessed evening. Stay encouraged, stay motivated, stay inspired, because this ain't all. God got more for you. And guess what? You're going to live to see it happen. And this is your girl, Apostle V, and I'm signing off with just being V. And as always, agape.